It's the second visit to Manchester in a few days and the penultimate game in our very long and depressing season. Back-to-back visits to Manchester. We're trying to avoid back-to-back defeats in Manchester. Before we begin, we are now just 100 subscribers away from our goal of 5,000 subscribers this season. So please do like, subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss a single bit of content for the rest of this season and next season as well, because we go again, as they do say. Chelsea come up against a United side that will have all but secured Champions League football next season. A point against us will take them over the line, and it gets you worried thinking, doesn't it? Unlike Man City, they still have work to complete. You know, so there won't be any resting players, any surprise appearances from youngsters. United are going to come into this meaning business and guaranteeing UCL football before the final game of the season, with Liverpool still lurking. Ten Hag's men are undefeated, unbeaten in the last 28 games at home in all competitions. And whilst the last win between the two teams went to Chelsea at Old Trafford. Can you believe it? It's been over 10 years now since our last victory away to the Red Devils in the Premier League. The last win was in the FA Cup in 2020. And goodness me, how times have got. 2013 was the last time we won in the Premier League against Manchester United. Over 10 years. The 5th of May. 2013. Can you believe that? That is shocking. That is absolutely diabolical. The last 5 had all ended up in a draw, with the most recent being that Casemiro equaliser in the 90th minute following a Jorginho penalty just 3 minutes before. What was once a belter of a fixture has become much more like that of Chelsea versus Liverpool. Boring draw after boring draw after boring draw, and so on and so forth. I think it's 6 draws in a row now between Chelsea and Liverpool, and 5 draws in a row between Chelsea and Manchester United. However, with our injury situation getting worse and worse by the day, Reece James, Mason Mount, Ben Chilwell and Badiashile are just a few of the names, all that remain out. So I would expect a fairly similar squad from Lampard. And when I tell you, boy oh boy, when I tell you I'm excited, I'm excited for a day. I'm excited for a life. I'm excited for the presence of a life where Lampard no longer fields a team. We are so blessed that there is only 2 more games of this to go. Some say that's a curse in itself, 2 games of Lampard shenanigans. But good God, I'm excited. I can smell the promised land. I can smell it. The grass isn't always greener, but I tell you this, the grass is greener now on the other fucking side of this coin. I tell you, wasting my breath with this, but I pray that he finally gives Fofana a shot up front, because why not? Why not? It absolutely won't happen, but hey, wishful thinking all the same. A positive is that João Felix is fit again, so we can probably expect to see him feature to some degree. For me, again, you know how I feel about the front 3 at this point in the season. Noni Madueke, Mykhailo Mudryk and David Datro Fofana should all be included in the front 3 just to show what they can do leading up to the pre-season, the Poch season, and so forth. Chukwuemeka as well was, had the chance to play for the England, under 21s or whatever it is, all to play 10 minutes against Man City the other day. Whoa! What an experience against a side that's already won the league and the game has no meaning. I know you could say, well, what's the point in him playing if the game has no meaning at all? But you know what I mean. 90 minutes is better than 90 minutes of a game that has no meaning is more experience than 10 minutes in a game that has no meaning. At least he's getting game time. You could say the same about 10 minutes. I'm going around in circles, but you get what I mean. Play the fucker! Jesus Christ! Why stop him playing in the international stage if you're not going to play him at all? I don't know why I'm still getting so... I'm letting myself get so annoyed at this point. I'm not expecting to win this game. I'm not expecting anything from this game except the obvious. Just like the last 10 to 15 games. No one's got a Scooby what's going to happen. No one knows what to predict because we are so unpredictable and not in the good way. But at this stage, with 2 meaningless games left, I want to see players of the future play. I want to see players that are staying next season play. I don't want to see Loftus-Cheek, who did play well against Manchester City, all things considered, but I don't want to see him because he's leaving. He's going to AC Milan. Allegedly. I don't want to see Pulisic coming on because he's leaving probably next season. And it's not, I know you could be like, well, probably. The guy's barely played this season as it is. Kai Havertz stealing game time from the likes of Fofana. I bang on and on and on about it. But at this point in the season, why are we still playing Havertz up front at all? This, again, it goes back to this whole, well, but he's not a striker. Why aren't we just playing him in his actual position then? Why? Predictions for this game. I said it during the City game. I think this one will get messy. I think this one's going to be fairly definitive in the results. I know our previous meetings have consisted of draw after draw, the last 5 fixtures, but United have a point to gain and a point to prove. They cannot lose to this Chelsea side with how our season's been and how close they are to Champions League football. They cannot end their 30 or their near 30 game unbeaten run at home to this Chelsea side. I have no reason to have hope of a potential upset because there is no meaning. Because even if we do win, we open the door to Liverpool for a surprise shot in the Champions. I don't want to give... it's painful enough Manchester United getting the chance to get Champions League, but allowing Liverpool a slither of a chance on the final game of the season, I don't want it. I'm not saying I want to lose this at all. I would be okay with a draw. 1 point, see Man United over the line. I don't want Liverpool getting Champions League. Score-wise, like I said, I think United will go far harder on us than City did. And for that and all that was mentioned earlier, I think it's got 3-0 written all over it. I just think that they've got a lot more to fight for, obviously, than Man City did. And that was like a training session. They could have scored more. We could have scored, but they could have scored way more. With that said... The penultimate, the second to last preview of the season. It's been a long old road, a long dusty road, a long road. Get your predictions down below for the second to last time this season. We're so nearly there, boys and girls. We're so nearly there. The end is nigh. The end is nigh. Good God, thank the Lord that the end is indeed nigh. With that said, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. My name is Harry. And as always, up the Chelsea. And peace.